All right, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armon, and we're back with another video. Get in here, get in here. It's time to get into some things, okay? All right, so JT is slightly being dragged for being rude and being a mean girl to a guy on TikTok, right? So we got to talk about that. And fans are feeling like Sukihana is taking GloRilla's success and throwing it in JT's face. Now, Sukihana is not committing to the shade, but she's saying, pretty much if I felt a way, I would say what I feel. And at the end of the day, GloRilla is doing her thing. So we're going to dive into all of that. So get comfortable and let's get into the mess. All right. So a few days ago, JT was on TikTok Live, just doing her TikTok thing. And she kind of ran into like a PK battle or like a side-by-side. I don't really know what it's called because I don't use TikTok like that. But apparently she was on TikTok and a guy ended up joining her TikTok. And she was kind of like being rude to the guy because she wanted the guy to get off. Now, the guy didn't know who she was. So fans feel like he didn't know who you were. So you got upset. But this could have been a better time for her to, make it a cute moment. So let's take a look at the interaction and then we'll talk. Let's see. We have it here. Let's go.
This app is stressful because what do you want?
That's good.
What do you want is crazy.
Everything.
You okay?
No, I didn't mean to answer for you. That's what happened. But you okay? What's up?
Yeah, what's good? You want to battle?
I don't know how to battle.
Okay, I'm gonna send you it. You just click accept. Where you from? Where you from? You clicked the wrong thing. Hello? So you don't want to battle?
How do I get you off of here? Leave.
I would love to leave, but I don't know how to leave either. I'm kind of new to this shit myself.
What?
I'm kind of new to this myself.
So how you know how to say you want to battle? It's saying follow. It's
I watch people.
Could you watch people?
Yeah. I'm new to this whole going live.
Okay, well. Enhance more. Oh my God.
Fuck, guys, how do I leave?
I want you to leave. I'm trying so hard to get you up here, and it's really every time I click your picture, it says like add you as a friend. Click the box. Hold on. Click the box with the arrow.
There's no box with the arrow. Who's JT, guys? No, that's what I'm talking about. Comments. Calm down. I'm just asking because people are saying, "Oh, that's JT." You know who JT? Who's JT? You make music?
This is so bad. I really want you to get off here, but
I would love to, but I don't know how.
you know how to get off here. Stop playing with me.
Ask her what's in the fridge. I'm hungry. Nadia's hungry apparently. She's making me Oh, really? Princess of Rap, she's a celebrity. Her and Nikki are best friends. They make music. Oh shit, really? That's cool. To leave? I don't know how to leave. I would love dead.
This app is stressful because
Okay. So that was the interaction. So I think she just cut it off and at some point they got out of there. Two things. This is what we like about her, right? Because I kind of like that she's like that. Because she already comes off like, I ain't friendly. She got a lyric that says that. So a piece of me is kind of like, I like that. And if I was up there, I kind of would be like, oh, JT was shading me. It was cool. Like Nikki's like that. That's the Sagittarius energy. You just kind of take it. So it's kind of like, this is why you like her because she's a meme, but she's pretty and that's her attitude. But at the same time, if I am also being honest, it's kind of a double-edged sword because two, if I was that guy and if I'm looking, I wouldn't want her to do that to me because it was just like, I came on there and she's like, hi, like, what do you want? It's just like, girl, well, you're on TikTok. It happened that way. Why you got to be so mean? Like, why are you being rude? Like she could have took it like, well, hey, I'm JT, you know what I'm saying? And had fun with it. And then could have been like, all right, y'all, you got to go now. Like she still could have been spicy with it and got off. Like he wasn't being rude. Now, I don't know why she kind of acted like that because it kind of was a little overdone nasty. I ain't gonna lie, it was a little OD. And the guy, I don't think he really knew who she was. I think once he started realizing that she was a celebrity, like he was having fun with it. But I think at first he was like, you want to battle? You want to chill? Like clearly he's like a nerdy, like crazy, like he's probably doesn't know who JT is, right? And you can't expect that everybody do know who you are. Yes, you are famous, but there's 7 billion people in the world. Everybody don't know you, and it's no shade. And JT, while she's hot and I love her, you're not the biggest celebrity in the, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's hot. I don't know you. She's B plus, A minus, maybe celebrity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not given. She's not Cardi B. She's not Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? She's not, hell, she's not Megan Thee Stallion. So everybody doesn't know you. But, so I think she could have made that a cute, more personable moment just to have fun with it. Like, I don't know. She was a little rude off the bat. Like, I could understand if the guy came off rude and was just annoying, but he was chilling. Shit, he popped up over there. You signed up into the queue where you pop up. He popped up. But dang, you can be like, oh, I didn't mean to do this. And it is what it was, but she was a little rude. I ain't gonna lie. But at the same time, that's kind of why you like her, because she's a pretty mean bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, because I have to think if it was me on the other side, I'd be like, girl, you giving a lot. It's not even that serious. I didn't have to be up here with you. I didn't know that you was gonna be up here. It just linked me with you. I didn't know I was gonna be looking at you. I don't even know who you is. Oh, like, you know what I'm saying? So, girl, you giving me all that. I don't know you. That's what I would have started to slightly feel like. You know what I'm saying? Because, girl, you giving me all that. Okay, so that's that. But at the same time, like I said, I like JT. JT is, here's the thing, she's a little bit stuck in her ways. So, she is a little mean. But I can honestly say I like her better than Young Miami, because when I met her, she was very nice to me. She was professional. She was cool. So, a piece of me thinks, this is a bit of her upbringing, but also a little bit of her persona. But she knows how to be nice when she wants to, because the reason why I like her, even though I heard that she thinks that I'm just so messy, but it's okay. I still like her because my first impression of her, she was very nice to me. She was very, very nice to me. So first impressions are everything. So, whatever you may think about me, her first impression, the first impression she made on me, she was really nice. So that's what I take. So I like her. You know what I mean? And I know that she could have a nice personality. She's just not mean all the time, because I was able to witness her firsthand, and she was sweet. So that's how I feel. I do think that she was a little mean on here. She did it. She did overdo it just a bit, but also that's part of her personality, and that's also the same thing that I kind of like about her. I know it's toxic as hell, but I do. But on top of that, Sukihana enters the chat, right? Because GloRilla had a phenomenal Coachella performance. GloRilla has been having like a phenomenal last 2 years. Like, GloRilla kind of fell off for a minute, but she didn't let it define her or defeat her. GloRilla has found herself in the female rap conversations top 10 list, top 20 list, greatest female rap list. She went from being nobody, a fall off, to being in every female rap list in the game. And she's been higher on the list than JT. Okay. Why does that matter? Well, because if you remember, maybe it was 2 years ago, JT and GloRilla got into it bad because, remember there was allegedly a fight that happened at the VMAs where, JT tried to hit GloRilla with a purse, or GloRilla hit JT with a purse or something like that. And JT, because she didn't speak to her, GloRilla tried to speak to her, and JT was being rude. Remember, allegedly that happened. Then GloRilla made the song, said she was slapping raptures, and JT's like, you ain't never slapped me, ho, and things like that. Right? Remember? So they had got into it, and then JT was telling GloRilla that her voice sound like a man, and that's why she's a flop, and she needs to try to figure out her craft, and she needs to step it up. Now, this is when JT kind of was doing her solo thing. JT was, bopping, right? And I can't remember who said they was performing at backyard barbecues. I don't know if that was GloRilla that said the barbecue, or was that JT that said she was performing at barbecues? Either way, one of the girls said the other girl was performing at barbecues. It was just, I think that was JT. Don't get me lying though, because I don't actually remember. Y'all gonna correct me in the comments. But long story short, JT was a little bit more up than GloRilla during the time of the reading, because I think that, JT had, did the Pink Friday too. She had been on the Nicki Minaj record, Super Freaky Girl. So she was kind of feeling her oats. She was doing her thing. And GloRilla kind of was getting back into motion, but it hadn't kicked off yet. So JT was basically like, girl, you're trash. Figure out your sound. You're ugly. You sound like a man, and girl, you're a flop in so many words, and your stages are trash. You're not doing nothing. And then out of nowhere, GloRilla just started hitting, boom, 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 and it just started sticking for her, right? And then she kind of has started surpassing JT. That's when you start seeing GloRilla, she did over 69,000 in sales, or 60,000 in sales first week on her album. Highest female rap album, next to Nicki Minaj to date at this point. JT, I think she only sold about 27,000 copies. GloRilla was higher than JT on the best female rapper list. JT was on the Billboard's greatest female rapper of all time list. JT was not. So now GloRilla is, headlining, and well, not really headlining, but performing on big Coachella stages, doing her thing. You know what I mean? And GloRilla's momentum is up right now, and she went on tour with Megan Thee Stallion, outsold Megan Thee Stallion. And so now Sukihana's like, she jumps into the chat with a post congratulating GloRilla, saying, let's see what she said. Let's get into it. Here it is. This is what she said. They had so much to say about her, and she surpassed all them haters. The same hoes that laughed at her are now watching her perform at Coachella. And quite as, I can't see what that says, now this is so inspirational. Oh, and quiet as a mother, and now this is so inspirational. So she basically like, girl, all them was talking about you, saying you fell off, and now you got big stages, big sets, going on big tours, #1 albums in every female rap list topic, and essentially, where's JT? Still bubbling under. That's kind of what that gave me. Now, somebody said, well, is this JT shade? Well, obviously it was. Now, Suki says, imagine me throwing shade. I get on ads completely. Everybody knows this about me. However, this post right here is the complete truth. Like I said, they counted her out, made fun of her, and now she's flourishing before our eyes. And guess what? Her being ridiculed is part of her story now. So we can't leave that part out. Now, do I think that was full JT shade? No, because what she did, what she's talking about is true. Everyone counted GloRilla out, and so did I. And now she's one of my favorite female rappers in the game right now. She's hard as hell, and she's growing and growing and growing exponentially. She's doing her thing. Major features, big budget videos, dancing, bodies on point. GloRilla gets on a record and changes the dynamic of a record. GloRilla is fire. GloRilla is talented. I love her voice. I love when she's on a record. She's that girl right now. It's no shade. And what I love about it is the fact that she fell off and came back. All right. So shout out to her. Do I feel like that was a little bit JT shade? Yes, of course that was JT shade. I don't know why Suki's not just claiming it, because, girl, JT fits in that umbrella. And why wouldn't that be JT shade? Because we all know that JT and Suki got into it over JT's crab leg comment when she was like cheap ass veneers biting on a crab leg or something like that in a record. And Suki asked JT to explain, who is the cheap veneer and crab leg line about? Because only 2 people got veneers and it broke off, me or Cardi B, and I was the one eating the crab leg, and JT never responded. So Suki came out with a diss record towards JT. You ain't a city girl, you a girl. And then she alleged that JT was doing all kind of cocaine and stuff like that, and she was a mess. And then JT kind of read her on Twitter, and then JT was acting bigger than Suki. And she was like, girl, I'm basically not going to give you anything on a record. Like, I'm not getting into a rap battle with you because I'm bigger than you. You're just looking for a moment. And then I think ultimately on the OK remix, I think JT gave her a little bit of something, but when OK came out, JT was like, I'm not giving Suki nothing because I'm about to ride my single right now because my single is doing really well. But Suki got into the booth and started dragging JT. So they never really had issues at first, but then somehow it was some shade there. So I can't help but think, just like the rest of the people think, that had to be shade towards JT from Sukihana. So yeah, I do think that Sukihana slightly used GloRilla's moment to kind of on JT. Now, going back to GloRilla and JT are apparently, cool, squashed, it's done. However, if I was GloRilla, I'd be sitting back like that. I wouldn't say anything. I'd keep letting the work speak for myself, but I'd be thinking like, guess this voice worked after all. Not to say JT's not doing her thing, because JT is doing her thing, but GloRilla is just doing a little bit more. Does that make sense? So, and if I'm JT, I'm not saying anything because you kind of are having to eat your words. Like, and it's nothing to take away from what JT's got going on because she's got a solid fan base. However, GloRilla overall is a bigger artist than her. She just is. And it wasn't like that, but it almost seemed like after that beef, GloRilla took off and JT kind of was like, I won't say fell off, but GloRilla just grew past her, And so it's kind of like, ooh, I was just dragging this girl about her sound and her look, and now she's a bigger artist than me. She's getting mentioned in lists above me, and she's getting mentioned on lists that I'm not even on. So it kind of has to sting a little bit, and you can't really say anything, especially if you was popping and talking about how trash she was, and then this person goes on to make more money than you, be on bigger stages than you, and gets charts higher than you, sells more than you, and gets listed higher than you. I mean, what can you say? You kind of have to eat it. And if I'm GloRilla, I'm like, yeah, and what? So I definitely think it's shade, but I definitely think that, GloRilla won the battle on that one. And if at this rate, if she keeps going like this, she might win the war. But it's not to say that JT is not doing her thing. I just think that GloRilla has grown faster. And I definitely think that was shade. But both ladies, I love. But GloRilla ultimately, at the end of the day, she won the battle. No tea. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that Suki was being shady towards JT? Do you think that JT should feel some type of way? Do you think that JT is over there eating her words and kind of gagging? Because I kind of feel like, you do have to kind of look at it and be like, damn, I was reading her and now she's bigger than me. And how do you feel like GloRilla's feeling? Do you think that GloRilla's kind of sitting in the corner kind of laughing like, everyone counted me out and look at me now? I mean, I would be. And lastly, do you think that JT was a little bit rude to that TikToker? And how could she have handled that? Do you think that she could have, been a little bit nicer and turned that into a nice, positive, fun moment, which I think she should have? Or do you think that that's just her personality and we should just chalk it up to that? All right, guys, I'll be looking for your comments below. And until next time, keep that same energy and we'll see you soon. Peace out.